Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. So in today's reading, we are going to take a look at what's really going on in your connection with your person. So go ahead and pick a pile and we'll get started. Alright, pile 1, let's get into your reading and see what the energies are with your person. Alright, pile 1. What's really going on between pile 1 and their person currently? What's really going on in pile 1's connection with their person currently, please? What's really going on? Alright, we have, oh my gosh, look at this. We have the 6 of Cups, the 4 of Wands, really beautiful. Definitely an intense soul connection for sure, and the Page of Pentacles, alright. What's really going on between pile 1 and their person, please? What's really going on in pile 1's connection with their person, please? What's really going on? What's really going on? Yeah, this one definitely wanted to come out. We have the 10 of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. What's really going on between pile 1 and their person? All right, 2 of Swords. All right. So we have the 7 of Swords and the 2 of Swords. Okay, interesting. So right away, I feel like with the 4 of Wands coming out, this person definitely could be like a twin flame, someone that you have just a really I feel like a deep mutual love here. There's a lot of stability and harmony. Like I feel like when things are good between the two of you guys, they're like really, really good because there's just this deep love, I feel like, at the center of your connection. I feel like the 6 of Cups kind of reminds me of like two people meeting with their true selves, if that makes sense, because I feel like the 6 of Cups represents our innermost self, the inner child. So it's like beyond the layers of ego that people develop throughout adulthood and experiences. At the core, there can be a really deep love between two people, even if on the surface it looks like, there are issues that are more caused by the ego, if that makes sense. So I feel like, like the underlying energy of this connection is very, very sweet. I feel like there's a lot of nostalgia here. Maybe you guys have known each other for a long time, or you've had past lives together. And then with the Page of Pentacles here and the 10 of Pentacles, clearly there is an opportunity for a really long-lasting connection. I feel like with the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Wands together, this could be a love of a lifetime. This could be a connection that, you guys could be destined to end up being long-term partners. You guys might already be together, someone you could marry, settle down with, that sort of thing. Like I feel like there's definitely the energy of that. I'm almost also hearing like you guys may have been married in a past life. Maybe even had a family, you might have grown old together in a past life even. So I feel like, there is this desire to go after this, invest in this. But I feel like with the Page of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords, I'm sensing there could be a bit of immaturity here. Like, it's like your person wants this, they see this with you, they feel the connection, they obviously love you very much, but they may still be just a page. They're not quite at, the King of Pentacles level. They may literally just be young, or emotionally they still have a ways to go, because we do have the 7 of Swords, which can be about, kind of like deception, running away, kind of like what I was saying, where it's like at the core, the two of you guys do love each other, this person cares for you, but because of their ego, because of their immaturity, fears, things like that, on the surface it may be more like this, like maybe they kind of will show up and you'll sense that love from them, and then maybe they'll kind of ghost you or run away, or kind of act like they don't care. And I think it's because there is this sort of indecisive energy here with the 2 of Swords, where it's like your person maybe hasn't matured to the level where they really know how to make this 4 of Wands happen. I feel like this is what they want. This could even be the destiny of this connection in the future, but I feel like at the moment there's a bit of like kind of stagnation or indecision, or kind of back and forth overthinking, because your person may feel like, I don't have the wisdom yet. I don't really know how to be a life partner. I don't, maybe they don't even, for some of them, they may still feel like they're at the beginning of their career, like they don't have the money to be able to have this, long-term abundance with you quite yet. They could still be working on that. They could still be working on figuring out just who they are as a person. But I feel like this is sort of the ultimate goal. It's more of a matter of, I'm hearing like soul retrieval, which is interesting. It's like your person may be too much in their ego and they need to retrieve the parts of their soul, their true self that has been repressed, or ignored. So it's sort of like a spiritual and emotional maturity thing going on with your person. But I want to clarify a bit. Very interesting, though. Very interesting. All right, clarify the Four of Wands. What is currently going on between pile 1 and their person? Clarify the Four of Wands. What is currently going on between pile 1 and their person? Clarify the Four of Wands. Okay, let's see. So we have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, again, the Seven of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. So yeah, again, the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. There may have been conflict here. I feel like your person, if there is disharmony between the two of you, it's like they know that they caused it with their behavior with the Seven of Swords. Very like sort of self-sabotaging behavior, could even be manipulation, you know, masking, all that kind of negative stuff. And there's a lot of pain here. I feel like there's a lot of guilt with the Five of Swords, sort of looking back and seeing how, you know, we really could have it all together, and I know it's me that kind of created distance and obstacles and hurt you, you know, and they're also, I feel like, they are hurting because I feel like they regret a lot of their behavior, because it's like at the end of the day, this person does know that you're their soulmate. Very clearly they know that. They know that they do want to end up with you, I feel like, in the future. And so it's like they're kind of just kicking themselves because they're like, it's like, you know, I'm messing up the thing that I want the most. Because at the end of the day, this person does want to be the King of Pentacles, kind of like I was saying. It's like this is what they want, but I just feel like they're not quite there yet. And they know that they weren't showing up like that in the past. And then we have the Eight of Swords. So yeah, it's all because of their fears. It's all because of their overthinking. Feeling kind of like this Two of Swords energy, feeling kind of like a victim, feeling disempowered. So I feel like before this person can be your King of Swords, or I mean King of Pentacles, they need to, well, maybe they do need to be in their King of Swords energy. They need to gain clarity and make, you know, a clear decision here and not let their fears confuse them and, you know, trap them here. It's like almost like they get so tangled up in sort of like what ifs and scenarios that they just don't act, and then that can kind of cause issues here. So it's like if your person's not making moves towards you, pile 1, it's not for lack of feeling or connection. It's really just, I'm hearing like emotional dysregulation. You know, they may have mental health stuff that they need to address. You know, they might even need, you know, to do mindfulness training or meditation. Like I feel like this person gets, it's like they're tangled, what I'm hearing is like they're tangled up in their own web sort of thing. And the web is their kind of like thoughts and fears. Clarify the Ten of Pentacles. What is going on between pile 1 and their person? Oh my gosh. Clarify the Ten of Pentacles. What is going on between pile 1 and their person? Okay, so yeah, the Sun. You fill my heart with joy and my mind with light. So it's like this is, yeah, it's like this person really sees this really happy long-term future with you. Like the Sun, it's like you make them really happy, more happy than anyone else. I feel like this thought of having this with you fills this person with a lot of joy. And I feel like when they are with you and things are good and things are stable, it's just like so amazing and just like the happiest they've ever been. But it could be like they struggle to sustain that happiness or like know how to sustain it. And it's like inevitably they kind of just, you know, cause a problem. So these ones kind of just spell it on their own, but I feel like it's very relevant. So we do have the Page of Pentacles, and it says, you know, I want to send a message to you, I want to reach out. So I feel like your person is really thinking about sending you a message, sending you a text or like an email or something like that, because we have the Six of Swords. Let's put the past behind us and start anew. And this is super relevant. It literally is the card that comes after the Five of Swords, which is that, you know, argument, that pain, that tension. So it's like whatever drama is in the past, this person, whatever this was, this person does want to leave it behind. This person does want to maybe reconcile with you with a text, you know, if you guys haven't talked for a while because you had an argument. I feel like this person does want to kind of have like almost, I'm hearing like peace offering. So they might like swipe up on your story or send you like a meme or something, or like kind of like come at you with a kind of a friendly, you know, sort of gesture, because it's like they want to get past this, you know what I mean? They don't want this to be the energy forever where it's negative and painful and, you know, it's just both of you reflecting on this questionable behavior. It's like I'm hearing like they want to make a good impression on you. So it's like they kind of don't want this to be what you remember of them. Like they don't want you to just remember the more negative, you know, aspects of them, or like if they ghosted you, they don't want that to be like your last memory of them. It's like they kind of want to come back and be like, you know, I have changed, I've learned from this. Let's see. Clarify the Seven of Swords. What is the energy between pile 1 and their person? What is going on in this connection? Clarify the Seven of Swords. What's really going on in this connection? Oh, interesting. Knight of Cups. See, exactly. It's like this is not who they really are. This running away, the ghosting, that's all their ego. They really want to bring you love here. They do want to show up with the Knight of Cups and even maybe an apology, or they kind of want to romance you here. Come in with like that unconditional love. Maybe be more emotionally vulnerable. It could have been at one point they were running from the vulnerability, they were running from the intimacy. It may have just really scared them. Again, going back to that immaturity thing. The fact that maybe they knew that they were going to need to really open up to you or maybe confess some sort of love. That may have just been really freaky to them. They may not have been ready, and so they kind of bolted. But I feel like as they mature, they're getting ready to step more into that energy of being loving and following their heart. I think they were too scared to follow their heart. I think it really was a challenge for them. You know, maybe they could only handle so much. They were kind of person where it's like a little bit of intimacy, you know, one step at a time they could handle, but then too much emotional availability might have just been, you know, really scary. All right. What's going on between pile 1 and their person, please? What's really going on between pile 1 and their person? What's really going on in this connection between pile 1 and their person? What's really going on in this connection between pile 1 and their person? What's really going on in this connection between pile 1 and their person? So we have planning, we have intuition, opportunity, strength, action, and destiny. Ooh, I like these cards. Okay, so yes, I feel like your person right now is sort of in maybe like a bit of a hermit mode, maybe even high priestess sort of energy, where, yeah, they're using their intuition to sort of plan how to have this new beginning with you, how to have this reconciliation, kind of like Ace of Pentacles, ground the connection. And right now, they're kind of in planning mode, I feel like, because they're still gathering their strength here. They're still gathering the courage to come back to you. But this person, I feel like, ultimately does want to take action because they do feel like you are their destiny here. They feel like you guys are meant to be. Again, I was definitely feeling that this person sees you as their soulmate, sees you as the person that they're ultimately, I feel like, supposed to end up with. And it's like they don't want to miss out on this destiny. They don't want to miss out on this opportunity. So even if they're not taking a lot of action right now, it is like they're still in planning mode, but I feel like that is their ultimate goal, is to have something with you to return to you. Let's get some of these cards. All right, pile 1. What's currently going on between pile 1 and their person? What is the current energy between pile 1 and their person? What is the current energy between pile 1? We have I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Flirting and wants to date. Yeah, look at that with the Knight of Cups. Like, this person does want to, you know, come flirt with you here. They do want to show you that they like you. Yeah, so they do want to flirt with you and I feel like take you on a date. So it could be that they're preparing to kind of confess some sort of feelings there. We have the Twin Flame card. Yin Yang, Zen, balanced, union, duality, coupling, complement each other. I mean, look at that with the Four of Wands here. Like, I feel like this is a very powerful soul connection here. And, you know, part of the Twin Flame thing is sort of balancing the masculine and feminine energies. It is working through fears. It's moving into unconditional love. So whatever's going on is part of the journey. Even if this person isn't a twin flame, they're still a divine counterpart. So there is that energy of having to sort of meld with each other's energies and learn to forgive and come into that harmony eventually. But you are the perfect match, and I feel like your person is reflecting on that. What is the current energy between pile 1 and their person? What's really going on in pile 1's connection? Oops. What's really going on in pile 1's connection with their person? What's really going on between pile 1 and their person? What's really going on? And then we have kisses, unconditionally loving, giving and receiving affection and falling in love. So I feel like your person maybe wants to show up and give you the affection that they may be withheld in the past. Again, kind of like I was saying, mentioning like unconditional love, sort of being able to open their heart and actually show you the love that they have for you instead of just running from it. Being honest and being willing to admit that they are vulnerable, they are sensitive, those sorts of things. So I feel like that's the energy that you're shifting into now. That definitely reminds me of the Six of Cups, so that very innocent energy of just sort of trusting. That could be something your person is having to work on, is just trusting you, trusting the connection, especially if they have these really powerful, intense emotions for you. It could be hard for them to trust that you maybe feel the same way for them. Let's see. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What does pile one's person want to say? We have confusion. I've been working through a lot of inner conflict. I'm trying to find myself. Very much, yeah, Seven of Swords, Five of Swords energy. So this confusion, this inner conflict that they were going through definitely probably resulted in the connection being confusing and them acting confusing in and out of your life. And again, it's part of their maturity process. It's part of them growing up. I feel like the more that they really figure themselves out and work through that inner conflict and actually find themselves, the more they're going to show up with that confidence because they'll really know. We have self-love. In order to love you, I need to love myself. So that's part of it. Learning to love and accept themselves. This person may struggle with that. They could beat themselves up a lot or just not feel worthy of you for whatever reason. We have heartache. Through the heartache, I'm awakening to deeper levels of love and compassion for self and others. So yeah, this person, self keeps coming up. I feel like your person is very self-focused right now, not necessarily in a bad way. It's more like, especially if you guys are in separation right now, or kind of distant from each other, it's like both of you guys are, I feel like spirit is wanting both of you guys to focus on your own journey and your own healing at the moment. And then reunion will come as that process sort of happens eventually. Let's see. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? Loyalty. I'm devoted to you. You are the only one that I want. Wow. So at the end of the day, you are this person's person, you know, like exactly like, you know, complement each other. Like you are this person's other half. So I feel like, you know, even if you feel like this person isn't loyal to you, if there's a third party, I feel like in their heart, in their soul, they are loyal to you. They may just be passing time with somebody else, trying to find that feeling with other people. But I feel like they really have realized that they may try to replicate the feeling that they have with you with somebody else, but ultimately it doesn't really work like that. And, you know, they still feel like ultimately you are the one that they wish that they could be with, that they want to be with. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one? Forever. I want to stay in your arms forever. I will always love you. So the Ten of Pentacles is kind of my forever card. It's like this person really does see that sort of, you know, like I said, growing old together, or kind of picking up on past life energy, but yeah, growing old together, just having that really long-term commitment. I feel like that is, at the end of the day, something your person really would love to have with you. And it may be that they're kind of realizing that if they are to settle down with somebody like that, if they are to like really commit to somebody, it's going to be you, for sure. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now? What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now? What does pile one's person want to say? We have, can we forgive and forget? Yeah, the Six of Swords came out. I feel like that's such a message from your person. Like, can you have it in your heart to forgive me for all the BS from the past? You know, can you learn to accept the fact that I've changed, that I've grown? So kind of reminding me of like, forgive them for they know not what they do. Your person was probably ignorant in the past. They were confused, and they're hoping that you will see that they weren't really trying to hurt you. You know, they were sort of just, you know, lost, and probably that took that out on you. I want to give myself to you. So this is that vulnerability, giving their heart to you. I'm totally obsessed with you. So this person probably does think about you a lot. They are obsessed with you. They may secretly kind of stalk you on social media or just think about you in a way, like all the time. I love your body. You're the best thing that has ever happened to me. And please be patient with me. I've never felt this way about someone before. So they are asking for a bit of patience as they do heal. And again, because these are such powerful, intense emotions, they may be struggling with it in a way because before maybe they were used to a certain level of control, or, you know, the ability that it's like, you know, if they were feeling like they weren't enjoying their relationship, they could kind of just, you know, break up with the person and move on, find somebody else. But it's like with you, I feel like they're realizing that it doesn't really work like that, especially if you guys are like twin flames, soulmates, all that. It doesn't really work like that. It's like they kind of do need to come back and work things out. They can't just replace you or, you know, forget about you as easily. What does pile one's person want to say to pile one right now, please? You enchant me. Very pretty. We are one. So yeah, at the end of the day, you guys are one together. There is this deep mutual love, I feel like, between the two of you, even if the ego makes it look very separate. And then I'm feeling the love. So they're definitely feeling the love for you. I feel like even if it scares them, they are, I feel like, very in tune with you. You may also be very in tune with them, picking up on their emotions, especially if they're sort of going through it. If you're feeling kind of emotionally intense at times, but feeling very in love with them, I feel like that's probably mirroring a lot with what's going on with them. All right, before we close out your reading, pile 1, let's get you a word from these cards. All right, what does pile 1 need to hear right now, please? What does pile 1 need to hear right now, please? What does pile 1 need to hear right now, please? What does pile 1 need to hear right now, please? What does pile 1 need to hear right now, please? What does pile 1 need to hear right now, please? Okay, so we have gold. Divine intervention. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. So if you've been struggling, you can definitely just, pray about it, pray whatever you need. If it's very sincere, definitely don't forget to surrender really intense stuff to the universe, stuff that is kind of beyond our abilities to handle. We have garnet, purification and detoxification. It's time to release physical and energetic toxins from your life. So definitely whatever you need to do to detox, maybe you just need to spend some time alone. This could be literally taking like a cleanse pill or something like that, or cutting off toxic people, avoiding people that stress you out, things like that. But I also feel like in general you are going through a purification. I feel like you're transmuting maybe a lot of pain right now. And then we have azurite, deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences and you are willing to devote time and energy towards therapeutic care. So you could literally be interested in therapy right now. That could be a recommendation. Sort of interesting, like the Six of Swords coming out and kind of the forgiveness energy. So this could be the universe sort of definitely guiding you to release and heal the past hurts, release resentment, so that you can manifest new experiences either with this person or, call somebody else in if you're really done with this person. But yeah, I feel like you're really on that healing journey, and it's like you don't need to carry that anger or resentment with you any longer. It's not really serving you at this point. So yeah, I feel like you're really cleansing your energy, and I feel like you're going to be opening up to a lot more blessings as you kind of clear out that old negativity. You make room for a lot of positive, really beautiful things to occur in your life. All right, pile 1, thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure reading for you. Sending you lots of love and abundance. Please take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile 2, my beautiful friends. Thank you guys for being here with me today. So we're going to take a look at what's going on between you and your person currently. All right, pile 2. What's going on in pile 2's connection with their person, please? What is currently going on in pile 2's connection with their person, please? What is currently going on between pile 2 and their person? Oops. All right, the death card. All right, let's see. So we have the Ace of Swords, Strength, the Nine of Wands, the Page of Swords, Death. Get one more. What is going on between pile 2 and their person, please? what is pile two's? Okay, and the hanged man. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so let me see what's going on here. Okay, so I'm sensing there's a lot of like breakthroughs here. There may be silence or distance, especially with the death, the hanged man, and the nine of wands. I'm feeling like there's probably a separation for a lot of you, or your person's just kind of gone quiet. Maybe both of you have kind of gone quiet. But I feel like there's a really massive purification happening here with the death card. Something is definitely changing in a very profound way. I feel like it's probably you and your person. Maybe going through a bit of an ego death here. Especially with the strength card, I feel like this is sort of about the higher self taming the ego, sort of the masculine and feminine coming into balance here. So I feel like there may be a need for that to really happen between the two of you, where this person, I'm hearing like this person needs to be humbled, or they're being humbled right now. So it could be they were humbled by you, or humbled by the connection, humbled in general. It's like their ego had maybe gotten out of control, and it's like there's a need for your person to see things from a different perspective and gain a higher awareness, and be enlightened. It's kind of like they need to look beyond just their own perspective, their own values, what serves them, what makes them feel good. It's like they also need to learn to see things from your perspective, and other people's perspective, and realize that the world doesn't really, just revolve around them, that they need to be maybe more in harmony with other people, more in harmony with you. But yeah, I feel like your person's going through a lot right now, so they're coming across as very like guarded with the Nine of Wands energy. The death is a very intense sort of energy. They may be going through literally like an ego death, a dark night of the soul, and they may be feeling very vulnerable because of it. I'm getting the message that your person's ego is what has protected them from the world for a long time. It's what made them feel safe. Their pretension or their arrogance was like kind of a mask for like a lot of insecurity. And it's like having to learn to let down that wall, learning to be humble, learning to be more connected to other people, makes this person feel scared, because it makes them feel like, other people maybe can hurt them more. Or maybe this person was hurt a lot in the past, so they learn to put up those walls and barriers, have that sort of distance between them and other people, so that their vulnerability couldn't be exposed. But I feel like your person is sort of being forced to realize that this sort of just keeps them separated and sort of unhappy, and probably has caused issues with you and them. And so the time has come to really sort of surrender in a way, surrender their ego, surrender who they maybe even thought they were, and let this kind of transformation occur. Even let you heal them, let you change them, let the connection change them, let love literally change them. So there's definitely like an enlightenment energy as well. As you can see with the Hanged Man, he's gaining, something's going on with his crown chakra. He's seeing things, he's realizing things. So yeah, Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, definitely a breakthrough here. I feel like there's something tied with the third eye for your person. They may be seeing things clearly for the first time in a while, seeing their actions clearly, seeing you even clearly, seeing the connection more clearly, but it could be painful even. With the Page of Swords, I feel like your person may be keeping their distance, but they are spying on you in whatever way they can. So it's like, even if they're blocked on everything, I don't know. But I feel like they may be using on another person's account to look at your account. I don't know. It's like they're doing what they can to kind of observe you from a distance. It's like I'm hearing they don't necessarily want you to know that they're keeping an eye on you. It's like a little bit like they want to play it a little bit cool. Again, this defense mechanism, act like they don't care, act like they're not seeing you, but they definitely are. So your person's watching you some way, or they're just thinking about you a lot, sort of imagining what you're doing. Their eye is definitely on you, though. They're very focused. But again, they may not be feeling comfortable enough yet to really reveal to you how much they've been like thinking about you. Let's see. Clarify the Death card. What is really going on between pile 2 and their person? Clarify the Death card. Okay, so yeah, it's like this person does want a transformation. So the Death could represent a breakup between the two of you, or separation. But I feel like with the Two of Wands, they are planning how to revisit this connection, because with the Eight of Wands, this is about communication, this is about movement, this is also about a lot of passion, physical attraction. Strength can definitely represent a very passionate, sensual relationship as well. So this person is sort of strategic right now. It's like, again, things may be kind of quiet. They may be in hermit mode, planning mode, but I feel like there is going to be sort of, eventually, once they get through this personal transformation, there's going to be some movement or action taken. It could even be travel for some of you, if there's long distance between the two of you. Clarify the Hanged Man. What is currently going on between pile 2 and their person? Clarify the Hanged Man. Ooh, wow, I really like that. Clarify the Hanged Man. Okay, so we have, ooh, yes. Interesting, interesting. So we have the Ten of Swords, again, like a painful ending, very similar energy to like the Death card. Sort of a painful cycle has ended, a painful lesson has been learned, but definitely to do with ego death. It's like all of the overthinking, all of the sort of, being lost in thought, being lost in oneself, sort of resulting in the end of a cycle here and, kind of a mental breakdown almost, but it's like this needed to happen because there was some toxicity, there was some karmic cycle. It's like maybe even you guys needed to break up to come together later, stronger, better, if you guys did break up. So yeah, definitely a new beginning on the horizon. And with this Hanged Man, it's like this breakdown, the breakup really has taught them something very significant. It's taught them some really important lessons. They've really been going through it. I don't feel like your person has been particularly happy, but sometimes sadness and turmoil can teach us a lot, especially when that sadness and turmoil is self-created because of our own, selfishness and ego and stuff like that. Sometimes we do need to be humbled and learn that lesson so we can be better next time. Because your person is learning to, I feel like, see from the perspective of love here, see through the eyes of love, compassion, learn to be more empathetic, definitely, learn to look at other people's situations and learn to kind of like love other people from that compassionate perspective, not judge other people too harshly, really try to understand other people, understand you, who you are, where you come from. And then we have the King of Wands. So this is them kind of maturing here, I feel like. This person may be a fire sign, especially with the Strength card. There's Leo energy here. Your person's a very powerful person. With the King of Wands, it's like they definitely have a lot of sensuality, probably very attractive person. Someone that's very sort of magnetic to other people. And it could be that they really have, struggled to sort of, like see other people compassionately. In a way, almost I'm hearing like see other people as equal to them. It's like maybe they're the kind of person where they've just gotten everything kind of handed to them because they're very attractive, something like that. And it's like right now they're having to learn to be more mature and I feel like use their sensuality, use their passion in a more kind of like healthy way, in a more respectful way, in a more mature way. So they are kind of turning into this energy, the King of Wands, which is someone who uses that power to manifest good things, being a leader in the connection. So I feel like they are changing, is what I'm seeing. And definitely big picture, I feel like they're planning there with the King of Wands. Let's see. Clarify the Ace of Swords. What's going on between pile 2 and their person? Clarify the, ooh, too many. Well, we do have, let's see. I'll reshuffle. Too many. A lot of energy here. All right. Clarify the Ace of Swords. What's going on between pile 2 and their person, please? Clarify the Ace of Swords. Queen of Swords. Clarify the Ace of Swords. What's going on between pile 2 and their person? Clarify the Ace of Swords. Clarify the Ace of Swords. What's going on between pile 2 and their person? So we have the Six of Swords, Page of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, let's see what's going on here. So I feel like with the Queen of Swords, this person is sort of sensing that you've maybe put up a boundary with them, that you're very independent right now. You're kind of doing your own thing. I feel like they really respect that about you, that, when you feel like someone's not being fair to you, you know your worth. And you may have kind of shut this person out or said like, hey, like, this behavior isn't acceptable. Come back when you're, ready to show up correctly. But I also feel like it's like they owe you truth here with the Ace of Swords. They owe you honesty, and I feel like they know that that's what you want from them, is like you're kind of keeping an eye on them. That's like they can't really fool you is kind of what I'm getting. It's like they know they need to show up correctly if they do show up. So they do want to reach out here with the Page of Pentacles. I feel like they're planning a message here, but it could be that they're wanting to figure out like kind of what the right thing to say is, especially if they feel like you're kind of in Queen of Swords energy, a little bit cold to them. Sort of keeping your boundaries up, keeping your independence. It's like they know that they need to craft just the right thing to say. Because this person really doesn't like the energy here. They don't like that they feel abandoned with the Five of Pentacles. They're feeling very, I feel like, sad, very isolated. They may feel like you've even rejected them, that you've kind of kicked them out, kicked them to the curb. You're kind of off living your life, and it's like they're really uncomfortable with this. They don't like the absence of you in their life, because of the Queen of Pentacles, they know that like your love, the love, like when you give them love, when you guys are together, it's like you make this person feel at home. You make them feel nurtured. They love that energy that they get from you. Definitely with the Strength card, this is that Leo energy. You're a very heartfelt person, very loyal. You're definitely somebody that when you love somebody, when you love your friends or your family or your partner, you just give them everything. And you're just an excellent person, very reliable, very consistent, just an excellent person to spend time with. And it's like, I feel like they're really seeing your value, especially with, not having you in their life or being kind of distant or separated. It's like they're really seeing how much worth and value you really added to their life and how much they're really regretting things that have happened here. So with the Six of Swords, they want things to change. They want to get out of the cold. They want to come back to you. And they're hoping, I feel like, that you can forgive them. It could be that they're even thinking of offering some sort of apology or explanation. Definitely the truth, I feel like, is what they know that they need to bring to you. All right, let's get some of these. Let's see. So these ones just kind of fell out. So we have taking steps, loyalty, and compassion. So kind of funny, like these are sort of related to what I was picking up on, is like your person is maybe having to learn to be more loyal and more compassionate. But I feel like they're taking steps towards this. They're taking steps maybe towards learning how to be a better partner for you. What is going on between pile 2 and their person, please? We have balance. So finding that balance within themselves, I feel like, so they can bring that to you. Maybe you were giving more and this person was just sort of taking, and they don't want this to be the dynamic anymore. What is going on between pile 2 and their person? Loving relationship. Yeah, this is what this person wants with you. I feel like you may have had a very loving relationship in the past, and it's like they miss that. That's what they really desire. It could be that they were afraid of commitment or they were non-committal, but I feel like, again, losing you has made this person really realize that the commitment is sort of something they really miss and really desire. What's going on between pile 2 and their person? We have fear. What's going on between pile 2 and their person? So, let's see. We have investment, apathy, and isolation. So, yeah, right now they may be a little bit in isolation, a little bit apathetic, not making moves. Again, taking this time to sort of plan things. But I feel like they're taking this sort of moment to just really heal and figure everything out. But I feel like they don't intend to be apathetic forever. I feel like part of their apathy, like if they're not taking action, could be a lot to do with like anxieties of rejection, things like that. But I feel like ultimately this person is very invested in you and they do want to invest more in the connection. I feel like as they feel more able to and as they feel more confident to. Yeah, I feel like their anxiety causes their apathy. Like they may feel like, they really want to take action, they really want to text you, they really want to ask you out, but it's like ultimately their anxiety is what kind of puts that blockage up between the two of you. So this is sort of part of them balancing themselves, healing all that. All right. What's currently going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What's going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What's going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What's going on between pile 2 and their person, please? What's going on between pile 2 and their person? What is going on between pile 2 and their person? What's going on? We have ascending, transcending obstacles, learning expansion, new phase, and preparing for union. So all of this drama or whatever's going on is definitely in preparation. Both of you guys are ascending, and I feel like preparing to come together in the future as more healed people, because ultimately we have the heart with the key, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. It's like you are this person's perfect match. And so I feel like you're just preparing to finally unlock, they're preparing to finally unlock their heart, let you in. Let these walls down. And then we have love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. So we do have this energy of your person definitely wanting to reach out, make a love call. I'm also kind of getting like love call, like telepathically, almost like they're sort of calling to you. So I feel like this is what they're preparing to do. This is what they want to do. You may be receiving a message from them very soon as they continue to ascend and grow. All right. This also could be about leaving behind karmic energies, especially with the ascending, like kind of transcending obstacles. Like if it feels like there are people or things or places between the two of you guys, those may be being kind of left behind at this time. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two, please? What does pile two's person want to say? We have lessons. I'm learning profound soul lessons from you and our connection. So kind of what I was picking up with the Ten of Swords, like they've learned a painful lesson, but it's been important. Soulmate, our souls are infinitely connected. We are truly meant to be. Oh, look at that, with the heart with the key too. That's actually really cute. I feel like this person really does know you are their perfect match. You are their soulmate. We have perspective. Oh my god, you guys, look at this! Literally, the Hanged Man. I'm getting a new perspective and gaining enlightenment on this situation. So they are gaining that enlightenment, this needed perspective, this lesson. I love it when it does that, when the tarot does that. It's super exciting. Yeah, and then introspection. I've been on an inner journey of self-discovery and awakening. So a lot of time, again, spent in isolation, sort of hermit mode. Your person may even be Virgo. They may have Virgo energy for some of you guys. But that is the energy that they're in. Is like they're trying to figure out, like, why am I so afraid of having this loving relationship? Why am I so afraid of this person that I care about? Why am I so afraid of my soulmate? You know, instead of just saying, like, rather than like, oh, this person makes me anxious, or I don't like how I feel with this person, or whatever. It's more like that introspection where it's like, well, why am I triggered? Why am I uncomfortable? Rather than just blaming it on you, which is that important lesson. This person may have done that in the past. It's like when you triggered them, they may have just sort of like gotten upset at you rather than looking at like, you know, why they were so triggered. And I feel like now they're kind of learning to actually do that inner work rather than just sort of saying like the outside world is causing all their problems, and seeing how like they're actually complicit in creating their world. What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What else does pile two's person want to say? We have apology. I'm so sorry for hurting you. I wish I could take it all back. So they are truly sorry for whatever they've done. There may have been some very hurtful words or actions, and I feel like that's part of this isolation and perspective, is like seeing things like, especially like if they did something or said something kind of messed up, they might be like looking at how like, wow, you know, if my person had done that to me, I would be so hurt, I would be so upset. And so it's like they're kind of seeing how like their actions may have really felt from your perspective. And I feel like that makes them, you know, really regretful. Secrets. I hid a lot of my innermost feelings and love for me because I was scared. Yeah, fear. That fear of vulnerability. Really causing problems. All right, what does pile two's person want to say to pile two, please? What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What does pile two's person want to say? I regret pushing you away. I don't want to self-sabotage anymore. Don't worry about me forgetting about you. I couldn't even if I tried to. And you make my body ache with desire. So yeah, this person really wants you. They don't want to do this sort of self-sabotaging pattern anymore. That's part of the lesson. They want to let go of that sort of behavior. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? And oh my gosh, look at this again. I've had secret feelings for you for a long time. These came out together. So for a lot of you, this person was very locked up, very closed off. You know, I feel like they've been very in love with you for perhaps a very long time, but you may have been almost unaware of the fact because of how maybe weird they acted, or how much they tried to sort of run away or put on a mask. You know, they may have even, at times you may have felt like, does this person like actually just hate me? But the whole time they loved you, they were just sort of keeping a wall up. We have our hearts are connected. So this person is very bonded to you. You may feel at times you can sense your person almost through your heart space. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? You make me so happy. You are my light. Aww. What does pile two's person want to say to pile two? What does pile two's person want to say? And someone ended up on the ground. 1 second. And we have, oh, my heart is open. Interesting, like with the heart with the key. That's very synchronistic. So their heart is in the process of opening, preparing to have union with you. I feel like this is something that they want, is to be more open-hearted with you. Because ultimately you are their happiness, even if it's like they're just like running away from their own joy, their own fulfillment when they put those walls up with you. And I feel like they're kind of realizing that. All right, pile 2. Before we close out your reading, let's get you a word from these cards. These are the Crystal Angel cards from Doreen Virtue. I hope she's okay. All right, pile 2. What does pile 2 need to hear right now? What does pile 2 need to hear right now? What does pile 2 need to hear right now? We have Sapphire and Emerald. So Sapphire says, easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. So if you identify with being a perfectionist or pushing yourself really hard in finances or career, I feel like Spirit's kind of telling you, like, take a break if you need to. Don't feel like you have to put the weight of the world on your back. It's like you do have to be gentle with yourself. You don't want to run yourself, bare just trying to please everyone or do everything perfectly. It's like your worth isn't really dependent on, the amount of money you have or how hard you work. It's really, you are inherently worthy. And then we have Emerald. Ceremonies and celebrations. It's a time of important life passages such as wedding, birthdays, graduations, or anniversaries. So this could be relevant to your life, but I feel like it's more like there's an important chapter of your life maybe coming to a close, and it's time to celebrate that. And also I feel like it means that there are going to be lots of things to celebrate in the future, maybe even sort of like weddings with your person. So yeah, I feel like, I'm going to get you one more card actually. What does pile 2 need to hear right now? What does pile 2 need to hear right now? We have, we have Moldavite, unconventionality. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. So if you've been struggling because maybe you're like a starseed, or you feel like you're kind of not a part of the world, you feel different from other people, I feel like this is just sort of saying like what makes you different, or maybe even like what makes you feel like you're weird or something like that, is actually just a really important part of yourself, especially if it's really truly who you are. You have spiritual gifts that other people might not understand. This is sort of part of your life purpose, is like figuring those things out and accepting them and integrating them and acting from them, from those inherent gifts. And then we have Sodalite. Socialize or join in. Make healthy and supportive new friendships and connections by getting involved with a group of like-minded people. So it could be that, like with this Emerald card, there may be opportunities to celebrate and have good times with your friends. You don't necessarily have to have an occasion to celebrate. It could just be, taking time to really hang out with people you love and just go out for, drinks or food, and, invest your time in the people closest to you, and invest your time in people that really uplift you, because, even if things are questionable or difficult with your person, it doesn't mean that you have to like give up on other people or give up on having fun. And definitely be in the moment and celebrate what there is to celebrate in your life. All right, pile 2, sending you lots of love. Thank you so much for watching. Please take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye. Hello, pile 3. I hope you guys are doing great. So let's get into what's really going on between you and your person currently. All right. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person, please? What is really going on between pile 3 and their person, please? What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? You have the Two of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? What's really going on in pile 3's connection? We have the Empress and the Eight of Swords. Interesting. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? What's really going on in pile 3's connection? The King of Swords. What's really going on between pile 3 and their person? What is really going on between pile 3? And then we have the Ten of Swords. Okay. Very intense here. And the Four of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So there's definitely a lot of like holding back is kind of what I'm sensing here. A lot of secrets. Okay, so let's see. So the Two of Swords and the Eight of Swords. I feel like there's kind of an impasse almost here with the Two of Swords. There's a lot of sort of stuck energy currently. You may be feeling very stuck. Your person, I feel like, is feeling very stuck as well. However, definitely the masculine energy here with the King of Swords, they are desiring a shift in the connection. It's like, especially with the Ten of Swords here, if there's been a breakdown, a breakup, things are silent, things seem kind of over or like dead. This person wants to revive the connection here because the Empress is a very, very fertile energy. It's, you know, it's creation. It's creating something new. I feel like your person wants to really have something with you here. I feel like they want to kind of revive the connection here. They want to bring life back to it. I feel like the Empress is the energy of life, the feminine energy. Whereas like things may look really kind of hopeless or miserable, but I feel like this person is still sort of holding on to you, holding on to your energy and like hoping, sort of like the Four of Pentacles here, very attached to you, hoping that things can shift, things can become better, the luck can change, so to speak. So I feel like your person is very heavily thinking about you here. They may not be acting necessarily, but I feel like they're very, very deep in thought. The Wheel of Fortune can also indicate like a sense of destiny. I feel like your person does feel that with you here, that things are meant to be with you, which is why even if things look impossible, it's like they still are hoping for it because they don't want it to be really over this time is what I'm hearing. They don't really want it to be over. Even if it looks like it's over, they're still kind of clinging on to the possibility that you may still be receptive to them in the future. The Empress could also indicate that your person, you know, you may have children with your person, or this person does think about, you know, having kids with you. It's like they would like you to be the parent of their child eventually. It's like when they think about who they want to have kids with, I feel like you come to mind. That's specific, but, you know, for some of you that may be relevant. So yeah, I feel like with the Two of Swords, it's almost like I'm getting like the energy of like analysis paralysis. It's like your person may be an air sign or have a lot of air in their chart. It's like they're so stuck in their head, like trying to figure out what to do, kind of going back and forth, that they can't really actually make a move. It's sort of like, it looks like maybe on the surface like they're not doing anything, but it's like in their mind, it's like these wheels are turning. It's like they're thinking so much, but if you were to just look at them, it looks like they're just kind of like with the King of Swords here, just like kind of like a blank expression. But it's like they really are kind of churning things over in their head. I feel like they're victimizing themselves a bit here. It's like I'm getting like they feel kind of guilty. They feel stuck. They're feeling kind of weak and disempowered. And I feel like they're just sort of trying to think their way out of this situation, but I feel like ultimately they kind of need to more just surrender to things. But I feel like there's still a lot of attraction and desire for you ultimately. Clarify the Eight of Swords. What's going on between pile 3 and their person? Clarify the Eight of Swords. What's going on between pile 3 and their person? Clarify the Eight of Swords. Okay, so we have a lot of fire here and a lot of love. So it's like right now your person's kind of at rock bottom here. There's Ten of Swords coming out twice. Yeah, this person, there's been a painful ending. Your person is very sad. They may be going through a lot of just deep emotional pain, agony. You may even be picking up on this. It feels pretty intense from your person. But yeah, there's an important important breakdown here. There's an important cycle ending, an important lesson. And I feel like they're still kind of recovering in a way from this breakdown or separation. But I feel like ultimately your person is really wanting to make a move towards you because, again, there's a lot of passion here. The person has a lot of heat for you. You have the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. So wanting to make action towards you, wanting to come towards you. The King of Wands, I feel like they are sort of planning this right now. Because ultimately your person really does love you. And I just feel like the only thing that's kind of keeping them from acting on that love is maybe the fact that they really are just in a really sort of dark place and they just don't really feel ready. They're not feeling necessarily confident enough to like act on it. But again, it doesn't mean that they don't still find you very beautiful, very handsome, very attractive. It's just that they're not really feeling good about themselves. They're kind of just like in this place of emotional turmoil. It could also be with the Ten of Swords, there's, you know, they may be going through just other things in their life, maybe with their family or friends. They're just kind of having a hard time right now is really what I'm getting. Again, the Ten of Swords, I'm getting the energy of like consequences. Like they had to learn a painful lesson here. Clarify the Empress. What's going on between pile 3 and their person? Clarify the Empress. What's going on between pile 3 and their person? Clarify the Empress. Clarify the Empress. Okay, so we have, oh my gosh, the Empress coming out again. The King of Cups, the Empress, the Moon, the Four of Pentacles. Isn't that funny? And then the Ace of Cups on the bottom of the deck. I love you. Interesting. So the Four of Pentacles, I did notice that on the bottom of the other deck. Okay, so yeah, again, they are very attached to you. I feel like I'm getting this energy of insecurity because with the Empress, it means that they think you're just like the most gorgeous, beautiful person, male or female, whatever. You know, they just think you're the best. And I feel like they're kind of afraid of somebody else coming and scooping you up because it's like you're just such a high value person. That it's like anyone would be lucky to be with you. I feel like you kind of know that. Like you're just sort of top tier, like 10 out of 10. And it's like they are possessive of you. Even if they don't show it, it's like they do, I feel like, worry about you know, starting a life over with somebody else, maybe even having somebody else's child. And so I feel like there's a lot of fear there. I feel like also your person is just protective of themselves in general. They're just sort of an insecure person right now. And that could have been part of why maybe they struggled to open up to you in the past. There was just this fear of vulnerability. It's like they kind of clung almost to their ego. They clung to the material world, their sense of state, to like regain that sense of safety instead of sort of trusting the universe. Which is, again, I feel like this is sort of the lesson that I'm seeing is it's like right now they're at such a weird rock bottom energy that like they're literally being forced into trusting the universe. So this could be why all this had to happen, was because this is the lesson they needed to learn. So the Hanged Man, they're definitely gaining a new perspective. They're gaining enlightenment. They are having to sort of sacrifice their own ego, maybe to see things from your perspective as well, especially if they really contributed to the breakdown of the connection. I feel like they're having to really reflect on that. We have the King of Cups. So right now they're being called to balance their head and their heart, because you can clearly see this person has really struggled to be in their heart space. I feel like they're really in their head, and that's part of this. That's part of that surrender, is like learning to just sort of go with the flow, go with their emotions, maybe even get in touch with their own divine feminine energy with the Empress coming out here. You know, balance the masculine and feminine, not just be in their mind, you know, come into that union of mind and heart. So you can really, you know, that's true power. That's that real alchemy here. So part of this is with the Moon. I feel like they're really doing that self-discovery, looking at their shadow side. There's a lot of feminine energy here. I feel like your person has been really imbalanced, way too much in the masculine energy, and so right now what's going on with them, what Spirit wants them to do is discover their sort of depth, their feminine aspects, do the shadow work here. That also could mean there's a lot of secrets, though, with the Moon, a lot of confusion. All of this may be happening very much under the surface. They may be very good at kind of acting very stoic. Kind of like I was saying earlier, it's like there's thousands of thoughts running around in this person's brain, but all you're seeing is kind of a blank expression. But yeah, definitely I would still trust that even if they're not revealing much, there's definitely significant shifts going on with them. I'm going to get some oracle cards now. Alright, what's going on between pile 3 and their person, please? What is going on between pile 3 and their person? What is going on between pile 3 and their person right now? Okay. So, all right, we have cherished memories. So I feel like you guys, sort of that Six of Cups energy, this person is reminiscing. I feel like they have a lot of beautiful memories. That's kind of almost what I'm feeling like part of them holding on to is like sort of maybe fantasizing about you, fantasizing about when you guys were together. These memories where you guys were really happy with one another. We have awakening. So they are awakening. I feel like they're awakening to their own compassion, their own heart. They're awakening to love. I feel like the Hanged Man can represent an awakening. It's like through all this sort of turmoil and pain, it's like forcing them to look beyond their ego. It's forcing them to ascend, sort of. We have change, so they are going through a powerful change. We have stability, reflection, pleasure, perseverance, happily ever after, and attachment. Attachment keeps coming out. I feel like there is a really intense attachment here. It could even be, if you know about like attachment styles, it could be there's a need to heal an attachment style as well. Like this person may have had like an unhealthy attachment. Maybe that's why they were so jealous, stuff like that. So yeah, person is definitely reflecting on these beautiful memories with you. I feel like they're reflecting on themselves. This awakening is definitely leading to a lot of change. And what's really sweet is we can see stability and happily ever after. So I feel like right now, it's like in order to have this happily ever after, you and your person both need to be stable people. You both need to be, achieve that inner harmony before the outer world will begin to reflect that. So I feel like that's really the energy here, is kind of stopping this like kind of thrashing around intensity and maybe overthinking and kind of just coming into a place of balance and peace. But yeah, definitely a lot of pleasure here. So I feel like, again, there's a lot of fantasy going on. There may be a lot of just like sensual energy you and your person are exchanging. I feel like pleasure is very tied to like the Empress energy as well. I feel like your person is definitely wanting that. They're missing, I feel like, the pleasure, the joy that you bring to them. And then we have perseverance. So it's like, even though there's a lot of really intense stuff going on, I feel like your person ultimately is still persevering. They're still attached to like the thought of you. They're still attached to like, I feel like, the happily ever after that they do want with you. So they aren't giving up, even though it's really maybe very hard right now. They don't want to give up on you. I feel like the Empress represents, you are their person for sure. You are their feminine. Let's see. We have the cassette. Outdated thinking, conditioning, replaying events over in your head. So I could definitely see that. Cherished memories, like this person looping memories constantly all the time, but definitely could also just be overthinking. We have heart with a key, welcoming love, meeting the one, open your heart, getting together, and perfect. So they do feel like you have the key to their heart for sure. What is pile 3's? Let's see what's going on between pile 3 and their person, please. What is going on between pile 3 and their person? We have passion, insane chemistry, like each other equally, and having fun. So yeah, definitely a lot of passion, definitely a lot of chemistry. I feel like this person, again, with that pleasure, this person is really, really desiring you right now. We have Hand of Cards, take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, and gambling. So they may be being very secretive, again, with the moon energy, kind of keeping their hands to their chest. But I feel like they are being strategic right now, trying to figure out, I feel like, a way to return to you. We have the boat, receiving what you need in progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. So I feel like they are sort of leaving behind maybe a more negative version of themselves. They are progressing on their journey, receiving what you need. So maybe receiving the guidance that they need, the downloads that they need. But yeah, let's see. Let's get some messages from them now. Let's see. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3 right now, please? Commitment. I want to take things to the next level with you. So this is really what they want. They want the stability. They want the commitment, the happily ever after. That's like 10 of Cups energy. What does pile 3's person want to say? Home. You are the home to my soul. It's really beautiful. Definitely that Empress energy. Very nurturing. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? Release. I'm letting go of my ego and its defense mechanisms. I want to be true to my heart. Beautiful. Fantasy. This is what I keep saying, like fantasizing. They're fantasizing about you. I dream of us being together. I fantasize about you often. Let's see. We have sadness. I miss you so much, my love. And pride. Being stuck in my ego kept me from being honest with you. But yeah, this is what they want to release right now. They're releasing their pride. They're releasing their ego. They want things to, I feel like, improve with you. They don't want, it's like they know that their ego is kind of what messed things up here. So it's like they want to be more humble, be more open, be more generous with their affection, especially if they had a hard time like displaying affection or giving you words of affirmation. It's like they know that if you felt unappreciated, they know that this is something that needs to change. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? I'm feeling magnetically pulled to you. You are irresistible. You're the only person I'm attracted to anymore, so really not wanting anybody else. I'm thinking about you right now. To be honest, being away from you is probably the most painful thing I've ever experienced. I want to touch you, and I've been communicating with you telepathically. So you may be hearing this person, especially if you guys are distant. You may be really feeling this person, especially if you just are sort of like hit with sort of thoughts or emotions that seem very like unexplainable or out of the blue. That could literally just be you empathetically picking up on your person's emotions. Like if you're having just like a chill time and then all of a sudden you feel like you want to cry, that could be your person. Those strong feelings you're picking up on. So if that feels like that feels accurate, that definitely could be what's going on for you. What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3 right now, please? What does pile 3's person want to say to pile 3? We have your heaven sent. Oh, so they do think you're like an angel or something like that. I feel like they feel like you were sent maybe to help them. I believe in us, so that perseverance. I see your worth. Interesting. So yeah, they really do see your value. You know, all the good that you bring to their life. And I want commitment with you. Look at this. We have commitment coming out twice here. Really wanting that commitment. That is very sweet. All right. Before we close out your reading, pile 3, let's get you a word from these cards. These are the Crystal Angel Oracle cards from Doreen Virtue. What does pile 3 need to hear right now, please? What does pile 3 need to hear right now, please? What does pile 3 need to hear right now, please? What does pile 3 need to hear? So we have, we have rhodochrosite. Be gentle with yourself. You've been through a lot and need time to heal and recover. So kind of mirrored energy. I feel like this is sort of what's going on with your person as well. So be gentle with yourself. Be good to yourself. Be forgiving of yourself as well. Like don't be embarrassed or feel weird if you're really going through it. Sort of nurture yourself for sure. We have lapis lazuli, life-changing epiphany or experience. It's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you each step of the way. So definitely it seems like powerful change is going on in your connection. So it could just be in general, you're going through a huge shift. I feel like you're upgrading your energy or upgrading your life. And then we have deep emotional healing. Your heart is ready to heal from past experiences, and you are willing to devote time and energy towards therapeutic care. So for some of you, it could be you need to do some sort of therapy. It could be Reiki, literal, just talk therapy, whatever you're feeling guided to. Like if you've been feeling called to a particular form of like therapeutic care, I feel like that spirit definitely nudging you in that direction, because like this is saying, like be gentle with yourself. Like you need to give yourself those tools to find that healing, to rejuvenate yourself. All right, pile 3, it has been a pleasure reading for you, sending you so much love. Please take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye.